Imagine walking through Colorado's grassy fields and spotting a rabbit with black horn-like growths on its head. These aren't creatures from fairy tales. People across Colorado and the U.S. have reported seeing these bizarre animals. The rabbits hop and eat like any other, but their bodies are covered in dark, twisted growths, making them look like something out of a myth. The sight is shocking and stirs curiosity and fear in those who encounter them. Are they a new species? A mutation? Photos of these horned rabbits quickly go viral, fueling speculation. The growths can be small bumps or long, twisted horns, sometimes covering the rabbit's eyes or mouth and making life difficult. For many, the first reaction is pity, followed by a deep curiosity about what could cause such a dramatic change in a familiar animal. Modern technology has made these sightings more common as people share photos online. But the truth behind these Frankenstein bunnies isn't magic or monsters. It's a fascinating story of biology, a specific virus, and an unexpected link to human health. Even the strangest things in nature can be explained by science. Let's uncover the real story behind Colorado's horned rabbits. The horns on these rabbits are actually tumors caused by the papillomavirus, named after Dr. Richard Shope, who discovered it in the 1930s. This virus, part of the papillomavirus family, specifically targets cottontail rabbits. It spreads through insect bites, mosquitoes and ticks, or direct contact with infected rabbits. Once inside, the virus hijacks skin cells, causing them to multiply uncontrollably and form hard, keratin-based tumors. These growths often appear on the head, neck, and shoulders, areas most exposed to biting insects. The result, dramatic, horn-like structures that look monstrous but are simply the rabbit's own tissue gone awry. Before Dr. Shope's research, horned rabbits were dismissed as myth. He proved a virus could cause these growths by isolating it and reproducing the tumors in healthy rabbits. This discovery changed how scientists understood disease, showing that viruses could trigger tumors. The Shope papillomavirus became a key to unlocking the relationship between viruses and cancer. What started as a rural curiosity became a milestone in medical science. The story of horned rabbits is a reminder that nature's mysteries often have scientific explanations, and sometimes those explanations change the world. The horns on infected rabbits aren't just simple bumps. They're complex, keratinous tumors that can grow long and twisted. Early on, they look like small, dark warts, but can develop into dramatic, branching structures. Their location matters. Horns on the back or shoulders are inconvenient, but those on the head can block vision or make eating nearly impossible. Growths around the mouth can prevent rabbits from eating, leading to starvation. These tumors are usually benign in wild cottontails, meaning they don't spread to other organs. However, in domestic rabbits, the virus can cause malignant tumors that are far more dangerous. The difference between species is striking. Cottontails often survive, while domestic rabbits face a higher risk. The virus's impact depends on where the tumors grow and which species is infected. For wild rabbits, the horns are often a temporary, if dramatic, challenge. For domestic rabbits, the stakes are much higher. This unique virus shows how a tiny invader can reshape an animal's life, and even its legend. The story of the horned rabbit is as much about survival as it is about science, and it all starts with a virus and a twist of fate. Despite their alarming appearance, horned rabbits aren't always doomed. Many wild cottontails recover as their immune systems fight off the virus. Sometimes, the horns even fall off. The virus and rabbit have evolved together, striking a balance. Dramatic growths, but often not fatal. The real danger comes when tumors block vision or eating, but if growths are on the back or shoulders, rabbits can live almost normally. Most infected rabbits survive and continue to thrive in the wild. The Shope papillomavirus is a classic example of coevolution. The virus doesn't wipe out its host, and the rabbit's immune system keeps it in check. This balance allows both species to persist. Nature is resilient. What looks monstrous is often just a temporary challenge. Not every horned rabbit is suffering. Many are simply living with a strange, manageable condition. The story is a reminder that nature's oddities are often more complex and less tragic than they appear. The horned rabbit is a survivor, not a monster, and its story is one of adaptation, not defeat. Can humans catch the Shope papillomavirus? The answer is no. This virus is highly specific to rabbits. Our bodies simply aren't compatible. You can't get horns from touching a horned rabbit, though you should never handle wild animals. However, domestic rabbits, descended from European species, are at risk if exposed, especially in areas where wild cottontails live. In pet rabbits, the virus can cause aggressive, malignant tumors. Pet owners should keep rabbits indoors or in protected enclosures to prevent exposure to biting insects. Protecting pets is simple: limit contact with wild rabbits and insects. The SHappeninginColorado papillomavirus is a reminder of how diseases can jump between wild and domestic animals. For people, there's no danger, just a fascinating story to learn from. When people first saw horned rabbits, they reached for dramatic names. Frankenstein bunnies became the most popular. The nickname captures their monstrous look and the shock of seeing a rabbit with twisted, dark growths. Social media and news stories spread the legend, turning a biological oddity into a modern myth. Other names, zombie rabbits, warty rabbits, add to the folklore. These nicknames help people process the strange sight and make the story memorable. The Frankenstein label reflects both fear and fascination, turning the rabbit into a character in a local legend. But the real story is scientific, not supernatural. The myth draws people in, but the science keeps them curious. Sometimes, a spooky name is the first step toward understanding, and in this case, it's helped raise awareness about a real animal and a real virus. Long before science explained horned rabbits, the American West had the jackalope, a mythical rabbit with antlers. Stories of the jackalope date back over a century, fueled by sightings of real rabbits with horn-like growths. Taxidermists even created fake jackalopes for tourists, blending myth and reality. The legend likely began when people saw infected rabbits and let their imaginations run wild. In the 1930s, as Dr. Shope studied the real virus, the jackalope myth was booming. The timing is no coincidence. Science and folklore grew side by side. The jackalope remains a beloved symbol of the West, but its roots are in real biology. The horned rabbit shows how myths can spring from misunderstood natural phenomena. The truth doesn't make the legend less fun, it makes it richer. Sometimes nature's reality is just as strange as our wildest stories, and the jackalope is proof that science and myth can share the same origin. The study of horned rabbits led to a groundbreaking discovery. Viruses can cause cancer. In the 1930s, Dr. Shope's experiments proved that a virus could trigger tumor growth in mammals. He filtered the virus from tumors and injected it into healthy rabbits, who then developed the same growths. This was the first clear evidence that cancer could be infectious. The discovery opened a new field of research. Scientists began searching for cancer-causing viruses in humans. This work eventually led to the identification of oncoviruses, like human papillomavirus, HPV, which causes several cancers in people. Thanks to early research on horned rabbits, scientists developed the HPV vaccine, now saving countless lives. What started as a curiosity in wild rabbits became a milestone in cancer prevention. The Frankenstein bunny helped unlock one of medicine's greatest achievements. Sometimes the strangest animals teach us the most important lessons. The link between viruses and cancer began with a rabbit in a field, and it changed the world of medicine forever. All because someone asked, "Why does that rabbit have horns?" The horned rabbit story shows how science transforms fear into understanding. What once seemed monstrous is now a fascinating case of viral biology. These rabbits aren't monsters, they're survivors, living with a natural disease. The virus is harmless to people, and most wild rabbits recover. Studying them led to breakthroughs in cancer research and vaccines. The horned rabbit is a symbol of resilience and the unexpected connections in nature. Every strange creature has a lesson to teach us. The next time you see a Frankenstein bunny, remember it's not a myth, but a marvel of biology. Science turns legends into knowledge, and sometimes into life-saving discoveries. The horned rabbit deserves our respect, curiosity, and appreciation.